What's up guys, it's Fuzz13 here, and today I'm starting a new YouTube channel for Op7 Airsoft. This is my new Airsoft team. We're based in Northern California in the Bay Area, and we mainly go to CQB City and Stockton for Airsoft wars and such. There are 9 of us, originally 7, which is why we're called Op7. We've recently added 2 more players, and basically we're just a Airsoft team, and we're going to do some YouTube videos. This is going to be the very first video, which is a review of my gun, personally, the G4-A3 from Airsoft GI. And this is going to be shot using my Canon 6D in 1080p. As for the other players, we don't all have HD camcorders. Hopefully all videos can be shot borrowing some of my HD camcorders or some other high quality camera equipment. So yeah, as for Airsoft games, I myself have a camera mount for my gun that uses my foregrip. I'll switch it over to the side and attach a camera to that. And then we also have a GoPro with a chest rig. So that's basically our loadout for recording games. Next game we're going to hopefully is the one coming up this Saturday, June 15th. If we can get someone to drive us back and there. So yeah, let's go into the review. This gun is going to run you $200 on Airsoft GI's website. The current one you're seeing is the older model with the Who's Laughing Now clown logo. The new one has Airsoft GI put in a night for the new ones, which are after summer 2010 and so forth. So yeah, this gun comes with not everything you see, but most of what you see. It comes with everything but the flashlight, the foregrip, and the red dot. The flip-up iron sights in the front and the rear one, as well as the 7-inch Magpul Dragon rail system is included, and it's all wired to the rear for a crane stock. I have everything out so I can show you guys that later. Alright, so up here in the front, you basically have a 6-inch from the point of attachment, which is right here, the point of attachment to the end of the orange flash hider, and this entire outer barrel right here unscrews with a 14mm counterclockwise thread. And the flash hider has the same thread, except it is a bit hard to take off because when you're trying to unscrew the flash hider, it also unscrews the outer barrel. So you got to use pliers to unscrew this, and another plier to keep this in place. I've removed it once, and then my brother put this thing back on way too tight, and now it doesn't want to come off. Other than that, you can easily put a mock suppressor on here. If you take the entire outer barrel off right here, the Mad Bull Gemtech suppressor would fit on here perfectly. This right here is about 6 inches. The Mad Bull silencer is 6.1 inches. So perfect fit basically. And next up here we have the front flip-up sight, which just flips up like that, no spring loaded or whatever. And then you push this little button right here and it comes back down. And the iron sights look basically just a standard M4A1 iron sight. Next you have 7 inches of rail space on all 4 sides for whatever you'd like. Flashlight, I have one here. On the bottom I have a foregrip, and then I usually run another foregrip on the other side for a video camera. On top, plenty of rail space for optics. You could even fit a rifle scope on here, hollow sight with a magnifier. Basically any kind of sight you need fits on here perfectly fine. And everything from this point forward that comes with the gun is made of metal. Aiming from this point to this point is polymer, or most of it, excluding some things. It is made of metal. Fire selector is made of metal. I'm not sure about the mag release, but I'm pretty sure it's made of metal. And the bolt catch, I believe, that doesn't function is also made of metal. Charging handle that functions is made of metal. Releases your dust cover on this side. Forward assist is also metal. So those are basically the metal parts that are on the body. You have some extra rail space on here that is made of polymer. The rear sight here is spring-loaded, and I can go ahead and show that right now. Basically, there's this little, you push down and there's a little lever, pull the lever back and it pops it right up. There's two sights, one for far range and one for closer range. The one for far range you can barely see out of, so it's somewhat hard to use. The one for close range is much easier to see out of, and I basically use that. On this side you have the hop-up unit behind the blowback system right here. You pull the charging handle back, it shows the hop-up. Right here you have Infidel in English and in Arabic, and a metal dust cover. Down here you have Airsoft GI's logo and their store information. Over here you have fire selector and names and such. The trigger is made of metal and the trigger guard is also made of metal. Obviously the gun fits Stanag mags, which are basically M4 mags, and the gun comes with a grayish colored 450 round high cap magazine. I've lost that in battle, but I do prefer mid caps because they don't need winding and they don't make any noise, jiggle around when you run around. Next is the crane stock, and the buffer tube is made of metal and the crane stock itself is made of polymer, and the only metal piece is this little thing right here that keeps it in place. If you're concerned about the gun being made of polymer, there's no real concern because the gun, I've dropped this gun multiple times on accident because I haven't been using a sling until now, and Airsoft GI has dropped it themselves from the ceiling, and it's about 9 feet or so onto the ground. Nothing happened to the gun whatsoever. The only thing that broke off was the battery cover, but that didn't break at all, it just came off. So polymer is very good compared to ABS plastic, and I actually kind of prefer polymer because it keeps the gun weight down while still being very sturdy. Metal bodies can sometimes get too heavy and cumbersome, especially if you want to move around or play for extended periods of time. Polymer is my favorite. So back to the crane stock, you can fit any type of nunchuck battery in here. Right here I have a Intellect 1200 milliamp 9.6 volt battery. I recommend 9.6 volt batteries for this gun as G&G. Test their guns with 9.6 volt batteries, and you can use a LiPo in here. This gun is somewhat LiPo ready. Airsoft GI has tested this on their YouTube channel. They shot basically 20,000 or I think or so rounds through it with a 11.1 volt LiPo battery and no problems. The only thing that happened was the battery died, so pretty good there. The battery will actually fit a LiPo in here. It doesn't have to be nunchuck type LiPo. It can fit a one panel LiPo. If you extend the stock all the way out, there is enough room to slide it in between. Also, there's a little trick that I figured out that you might possibly be able to fit a LiPo inside. Either that or remove this, unscrew the buffer tube, wire it outside, and just stick something on the side of your crane stock. So